you. Hello, hello. We are going to do us a garden tour so we can see what we've been growing and how we've been growing. So, the last time I was on, somebody asked me, "Do you have a grapevine?" And my answer to that was, "I sure do." Hey, one man's trash. There she is, my like-minded friend in my mind. How you doing today? Well, yes, I do have a grapevine, and I have my grapevine going on my fence. You see my grapevine? It's going all down my fence, and the last time I showed it, it was showing no evidence of anything on it. It was all brown and with absolutely nothing on it. But you see, it is coming out in full force. It got all these vines and everything starting to grow, you know, and it goes all the way down the fence and some more. And let's see. I also have showed y'all too before the sugar cane. I showed you that it was growing once before. I showed y'all when it was in its little stage, but this is what they're looking like now. They getting all big and beautiful. Probably time for me to up pot again, but I probably won't ever up pot them again. I think what my next step is going to be that I will put these actually somewhere in the ground, probably in the back where the rest of my the big garden is. Hey, how you doing, Naomi? Good to see you. Um, what is that? What you talking about? The what I was just holding in my hand. One man's trash. Um, this is you mean this right here? What is this? This is purple sugar cane. If that's what you was asking me about, it's just I had cut some off and someone had got some pieces from me. Hey TMB, how you doing today, sir? Um, on the fence, on the fence, on the fence. That's a grapevine. It's a grapevine. That's what that is. Growing along the fence is my grapevine. That's what that is. Yep. So far I showed y'all the grapevine. The update on the grapevine. The last time I talked about it, it didn't have anything on it, not even a leaf. It was just dormant at the time. And I showed you my sugar cane that I up potted that and changed it. Um, well, let me show you this. You see my broccoli plant done grown into well actually my daughter planted this am I showing it? Because I can't really see. My daughter planted this broccoli plant and it didn't create really no broccoli or anything on it, but you can see all the amazing seeds that it's going to create. And I already had broccoli seeds that I had from last season when I grew them. So I didn't really need any more broccoli seeds from here. My mango, one of my mango trees that I showed y'all before. You see all those blooms on that behind me, and that's just one of them. And there's five of them that have blooms on it. Where you at? I'm in Detroit. Hey Yvette, I am in Florida. I'm in Florida. You gotta be down south. It's still cold here. Absolutely. You know, here in Florida, you can get anything on any given. You can have all kinds of weather in 1 week. It could be freezing cold here one day. It could be absolutely hot as hell. And you just never know what you're gonna get here in Florida. But you roll with it. Yes, ma'am. Weather. I'm jealous. Uh, let's see. That's one of the mango trees that's blooming, and it's still putting out more blooms on it. There's a big that's the purple sugar cane that I clipped, and I sent some to someone, is which, as I just showed y'all in the pot, after I clipped that, then I just use it to make more plants with it. But yeah, that's our purple sugar cane. um Hey, misbehaving. How are you? Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming in. Um, I do believe this is a blood orange tree. I didn't show it to y'all, but somebody gifted me um this little one right here. Yeah, and yeah, I see it now. And if you look right there, even though this tree is so little, you see I got one, two, three, I got four blooms on this little baby. So we might get something this year. Yes, 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 yes. Um, Detroit. You must be in South Florida. Absolutely, I am in South Florida. You right about that. Okay, then I have another mango tree here. You see those blooms? Am I showing the blooms? Look at there. And this tree is not even that big, but it got its blooms on it. And I don't care if it put out only one mango, as long as it put out some mangoes. This was something from I got this from one of my lemons that a lemon that I ate. But they say if you plant a lemon seed, just because you plant a lemon seed does not mean you're gonna get a lemon tree from it. So you can get a lemon tree, a orange tree, or a grapefruit tree. It's gonna be some kind of citrus. I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's a fruit tree. Pomegranate. That's my pomegranate plant. I have several of them. I have never gotten a pomegranate off of one of them before, but I have like four or five of them. And I ate a pomegranate from the grocery store, planted the seeds, they came up, it created a tree. So one of these days we'll see what we get from it. This here is my lemon tree that got so many blooms on it that I can't even begin to show you all of them, but I can show you. But this lemon right here been on here for a minute, so I ain't gonna even count that one right there. It come at its own time. But look at there, you can see little tiny lemons. These flowers all represent where it's gonna have lemons growing on it. But yes, ma'am. I wanted to plant everything this year, but the ground was so frozen. As a matter of fact, it snowed this morning. Wow, y'all still getting snow. Wow. And you know what? You got some crazy Floridian like me waiting to have my moment in the snow. Everybody say, girl, you must be crazy. You really ain't had the experience for you to be here. So I'm gonna show you this, but I'm gonna back up off of this one and show it to you because I want you to see how little this mango tree is. Look how little it is. I had one of my neighbors gifted this mango tree to me. And look how loaded it is. You think this tree gonna be able to stand up to all them blooms it got on it? What is going to happen to this little tree? I really don't know. Nah, let me show how old is the mango tree. That mango tree, somebody gave me that little mango tree last year. Two of the other one that I showed you, we planted those. We've had that one for 3 years. This one right here, this another mango tree. You see that mango tree? Look at all of those blooms on that mango tree. Just look at it. Now this tree I've had for 6 years. This is the third year. This is the third year that that mango tree put out. How about the lemon trees? How old is the lemon tree is all of my mango trees I've had them 3 years plus. Um the lemon tree I've had that for 3 years plus too. It's older than 3 years. It's the third time that it's put out, and the way it usually goes for me is the first year it a lot of my trees put out one and two fruit the first year. That second year it doubled that, and then the third year, which was last year, I can't even keep count of them because last year we must have had about 500 mangoes last year. So you see what it looked like this year, going from that year to this. And I can't even tell you all how blessed I feel, because I feel like everything in my yard is like I'm living in the land of the fruit, because everything is blooming. Now I done showed y'all my mango tree. I mean, not my mango tree. I showed y'all that too a couple of times. But I done showed y'all my banana tree when it first got everything on it. I can still show it to you, and it still has bananas hanging from the tree. Right now, you see bananas hanging on there. We've been eating the bananas from off of there. That's not the only bunch of bananas that's there. Here we have another bunch of bananas that's hanging right there. But this is what I want to show you. Do you see? Let me make sure I get it in the camera shot and show it to you. You see that hanging thing right there above my head? That is another banana shoot where I'm about to get more bananas. But guess what? That's not the only one. Let's come around here and let me show you. Look right there. Look at that. That's another shoot of bananas getting ready to come out. I'm telling you, we blessed over here. Look at all of the fruit and stuff just coming out everywhere. Um, you're gonna have to support. Yeah, you think so? I'm gonna have to support that tree. To be honest with you, I can't even tell you what I'm gonna do with it, because I've never had a mango tree that little and getting ready to put that much fruit on it. So we both, me and my husband, both was looking at it and thinking to ourselves, like, what are we gonna do with that tree? Because this thing look like it's gonna break in half if all of these fruit actually come on here. So um yeah, everything's coming out everywhere. Thank you very much, my man Trash. That is amazing. Thank you, Yvette, for the subscription. I appreciate that very much. Hey, Karina Boo. You've got a green thumb. That is amazing. Looking at those bananas. Send. Hey, Boo. Um, okay, then. I like your attitude. Great auntie vibes. Thank you, Miss Yvette. Thank you very, very much. I like to I like to be that fun auntie, but I also like to be that auntie like to give you the truth. Don't beat around the bush and don't none of that stuff right there. But I love to maintain my smile. I absolutely do. um and okay, these right here, we planted these bad babies together. Everybody seen me when I planted these. We had absolutely nothing except for potatoes. These were my first time purchasing seed potatoes. Usually I tell everybody I don't buy seed potatoes. I usually just get potatoes from out of the grocery store, and I just cut the potatoes up from the grocery store and plant them myself. So this year I was in inside of the Tractor Supply, and I seen seed, and I said, you know, just for me the first time doing it with my on social media, I say let me go and buy what they call seed potatoes. And I can tell you every year that potatoes that I've gotten from the grocery store, they ain't failed me yet. So this is my first time trying seed potatoes. And you see where they at already. Every single one of them. There is not one that did not take. Every single one of them. And of course, y'all see this another little tiny mango. This is one of our banana trees that my husband has cut down, and somebody advised me. Um, and this mango tree that you see, I mean, banana tree that's laying on the ground. This is a banana tree that has already fed us. It gave us a bunch of bananas, but each tree only provides one bunch of bananas to it. But this tree that you cut down, if you have, we have hogs, so you can take this tree and you can cut it up into pieces, and you can also feed it to your hog. So we over here recycling too, making sure we utilize everything that we can to push forward. Okay, it's no problem. One man's trash. Positive. I love it. I do that too. OMG, how beautiful. Hey, Global, how you doing? Again. Greetings to all on today. Mango is my favorite. All right then. Global, when you get to seeing them growing and everything, you know to hit me up. I got you. My grocery store potatoes grew like weeds. Either way works. I know that's right. And let me tell you what the difference really is. Form is those seed potatoes, for the price that you pay for a seed potato, you can buy 2 bags of potatoes from the grocery store and plant the same thing. And I'm here to tell you they do the same thing. And to prove to you that they both do the same thing, I'm going to show you some potatoes that I also grew from the grocery store. There's my little star fruit. You know, she ain't big yet, but one of these days she gonna get there. I got faith in them. Now I'm gonna show you. I had told them when I was doing the potatoes, I said I was gonna show you all several different ways to grow them. I did them in the pots. I said I was gonna do some in the ground, and I was gonna put some up in my bed that I created myself, and that's what I did. So the ones that you just saw on the table, these are the ones that I planted in the ground right here inside of that wood. And you see they look just as good as those are. We just trying them in all different ways to see where we get the best result from them. Okay, then we're gonna go here, and I got all of these potatoes also from out of the grocery store. And you see they all growing. These are a lot younger than the ones that's up there that I showed you all on the table. These are about 2 weeks old. The ones that I showed you on the table, it is a month, about a month and a half old. That's here. Here's my little compost bin that I don't know how to use it yet, but I ain't trying to act like somebody who I am not. So I be throwing stuff in that compost bin, but I don't have a clue of what I'm supposed to be doing with it, and all the measurements and stuff. You got to put X amount of this and X amount of that in there. Just for right now, Lord, just let me buy my soil from out of the grocery store if I need to. But so far, I haven't had to buy no soil in a good old hot minute lately. So I ain't gonna I ain't gonna worry about that. Let me see what else. I'm doing it. Perhaps I'm going to live. Absolutely. I pray that you do. Go ahead and do it. Up here we grow corn and tomatoes. That's about it. Our weather is bipolar. We got that bipolar weather here too. Um, this is so smart. Everyone gotta eat. Do you slaughter your pigs, or are they pets? Um, we have slaughtered before, but we haven't in a long time. Um, well, when I said to you that I put I don't know what's going on with this thing. It's telling me to wait talking about YouTube ain't responding. Hopefully y'all can see me. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Can you still hear me? And put one in the chat if you can still hear what I'm saying. Because for some reason it keep giving me a reading that YouTube is not responding. Come on now, what's going on here? Well, hopefully you all can still hear me. I don't see anybody responding to me asking. Um, can you all hear what I'm saying? Because it keeps saying that YouTube isn't responding to me for whatever reason, and I don't see why it shouldn't be. Okay, good. Okay, now I'm saying I was just trying to make sure before I move on with what I'm saying. Okay, so these are the potatoes I planted at the same time as the ones that you seen up there in the pot. I planted these right. These are were all planted at the same time, and as you can see, there is no shortage in what they doing over here. They working they thing out over here in this here section. So, in my opinion, they all doing good. This garden bed is already mulched and everything. So, you know, our potatoes are already protected, and it's not much more that I do to them from this point. You see, I got my collection of onions up here. I think I showed them to y'all before. I have random plants that come up wherever they feel like coming up at, and this is one of them. This is my garden bed. This is a full garden bed, but on this side, I'm just that side still resting over there. I won't dig that stuff up until I'm actually ready to plant something over there. But on this half over here, I planted more potatoes only because I had some. And don't nobody need to run out of potatoes. Potatoes be good. So, um, so what you use to keep animals out of your vegetables and fruit? I don't do anything. I don't do anything. The most thing that we have that can be disrespectful around is squirrels. And they get out of hand sometimes, and sometimes they good little people. But my motto is to plant more than you expect to get back. Then that way, if you do have animals and stuff that get into your stuff, then you'll still have, you know, what you need to provide for you and your family. Um, Now I'll show you all here. This is my pineapple bed, and maybe you all might see something in there that I haven't been able to see in there, but I know it got a lot of pineapples getting ready to grow. If you see that, that is the beginning of a pineapple that's about ready to come our way. That's just one of them. Could you all see that? Trying to go around and let you all see that I got several pineapples that are about to huh, there's another one right there. Hopefully you all can see it because I can't see what I'm showing you on the camera. But we have okay, good. You can see the so inside this bed there are a lot of pineapples about to grow. I made a short video that's showing you how you can recycle your pineapples so that you can continuously get pineapples. And in this garden bed, these pineapples are not even planted in soil. There is no soil in this bed. I promise you on everything. I'm gonna tell you what I did. Somebody, here when they cut trees down and things like that, you see somebody with the delivery truck, you ask them, hey, If you don't want to pay the dump to have to go and dump that load of trees that you done shredded up, you can come and bring it here and deliver it to me. I took this garden bed and I filled it up with nothing but wood chips from them chipping a random tree that they cut down. I stuck the pineapples down inside of it, and this is what I got. I don't put no fertilizers, no anything in that. I only put water in there. And this, I'm going to show it to you from a distance. That's my pineapple bed. You see what it looked like from over there? They all cluttered up together. I got another space that I'm getting ready to create another space for them, but that's where that's where my pineapple grow at. And last year I got hmm, about 8 pineapple from out of there last year. And this year, if I got 8 last year, I'm expecting 20 this year. I might be overthinking it a little bit, but that's what I believe. I'm gonna get about 20 of them this year. And oh yeah, you seen my collard greens. I've showed y'all my green. I show y'all my collard greens all the time. This is all the collard greens I collect every single week. I can get a full Ziploc bag of um of collard greens that I can put in the freezer and do whatever it is that I need to do with that. So they really good. Those are really good. We have deer, squirrel, raccoons. We got all those things. I have chickens here and everything, so we definitely got the mice running around and everything. As a matter of fact, they off the chain. I stay literally 1 mile one from the 8 Mile movie. You can see a deer or a fox right outside. And right here in my yard, they used to walk in my yard plentiful, but because we had our dogs roaming back there, which one of our dogs recently passed away, so they don't have to worry about the dog being in the backyard. So slowly but surely, you'll start to see those things start to reappear in the yard. They kind of like stray away whenever you have animals or whatever. Um, Karina, girl, you know better than to ask me something like that. I done told you about I'm scared of the worms. I'm scared of worms and snakes and stuff. A mouse, I'm running too. They don't call me a high class gardener for nothing. I'm running too. Yes, I'm scared of the mouse too. They ain't gonna make just to see one in the distance don't mean I'm running. But do I want him around me? No. Mm-mm. Yeah, so he on he on the list too. No, ma'am. We ain't playing with them. Mm-mm. No, we don't play like that, girl. Nope. I don't play with none of that. So if he walking around on um 4 feet and all of that stuff and got more than 2 legs and all that, 9 times out of 10, I'm scared of it. I'm scared of it. That's why they call me a high class gardener. People is like, what that mean? You a high class gardener, honey? That just mean I if I see a snake, if I see a worm, any of that stuff right there, I'm leaving right on from out here. Then my husband, that would definitely prompt my husband to say, why you came in from the garden? Because I stay out in the garden until nighttime most of the time. So he gonna ask, what you came in so early for? And my next thing gonna be, I seen a snake or I seen a bug or something, and then he gonna say where it was at, and he going to get it. So I just don't mess with no bugs and no worms, and I'm gonna say this along with it. I follow that same motto in real life. I don't like snakes. I don't like bugaboos. I don't like any of that stuff. So over here, we're learning to grow and get away from all types of situations that involve those kinds of things. So, yeah, high class gardening. So I'm coming over here because I'm about to show y'all my my strawberries. First, let me see. You running with me? My first snake of the year last week. I seen a snake last week too, and honey, I seen him when I walked out the door, and I turned right on back around and walked inside the house. I said I let him have his all the space he need for right now, and I'll come back out here when he finished doing what he want to do out here in his yard. I ain't gonna argue with him. My first day, first time ever. What made you a gardener? Who? I've been gardening for a long time, and I can truly say that as I was growing up as a kid, my daddy had a huge garden, and he actually had a fruit stand where he sold his vegetables and all of that stuff. He had a stand on the side of the road, and he came home on a daily from his regular job, and he came straight to that garden and loaded up everything, and people came and bought his stuff from him every day on the regular. So I guess like the best thing is I can tell you I inherited I inherited being a gardener. And so I started, we was living on 1 acre, and we moved from over off of that 1 acre on to now 2 acres of land. And my husband said he'd rather see food growing than to see grass growing. And so we're on a mission now to make the grass disappear. So, and I'm going to just tell you, I started something one day and love that I actually can make food. I can grow food. I can grow. Then I started looking at stuff as what the things that I was growing, I actually started to tie it to my life. And when I could see the stuff growing, it also was a symbolization of me growing in life, period. So it just made me want to grow more and more stuff. So that's how I became a gardener. I'm happy with seeing things grow. I'm happy with my kids being excited coming out here and seeing stuff growing. They love the fried green tomatoes and okra. That's what they want to come home and eat every day when they come home from school. And they want to come out here and pick it their own self. They glad to run to the garden to go and grab those things their own self and whip them up when they come home from school. So all of those things make me proud. And one more thing, even though I probably can add about another 50 things on to it, go get you something from the grocery store and get one of the same things from out of your garden. And you tell me which one of them is the bomb. And I guarantee you it ain't gonna be the grocery store. You can't even realize the difference in the taste between the stuff that's growing in your garden and the stuff that they have in these stores. Make you wonder where they grew that stuff at. So, but that's a little bit about how I got into you know, got into gardening. It's, hereditary and so forth and so on. And I love connecting. I just love coming out here and listening to the noise of my chickens making noise in the background and all of that stuff. And I can just be in total silence. And I'm so at peace just here becoming one with the soil, the earth, and everything. It's just so peaceful. So, you know, I told you I probably can go on and on forever about how I became a gardener, but those are some of the things. Um, we ain't got no snakes, lol. Good for you. But I bet you got some in real life though, and probably not in the garden, but them ones in real life. Cause I tell you, we connect everything together over here as long as we growing. But them snakes exist in real life. So when I talk about the snakes, it don't only have to be the ones crawling on the ground out here. I'm talking about the real human form people that walk around and act as though they're snakes. We don't deal with none of them. um, I need to talk to you in real life. I'm in tears. Why are you in tears? I hope those are good tears. I really do hope those are good tears. But that's what I'm here for. Anytime I set up a live or anything, I always tell people that we don't have to stick with the conversation that I'm having, because me myself, I be all over the place. I talk about a whole bunch of different things or whatever. So I just like conversations to be like a God led conversation. Just let it happen naturally. You ain't gotta force it. So if anytime you see me live and it's something that you want to talk to me about, no matter what I said, because I even said that I'm gonna have to stop naming naming my lives, because sometimes I can get on the live and I probably say 2 or 3 minutes about what I named the live about, and then the next couple of minutes, honey, we ain't gonna say nothing else about none of that what I named the video about it. So people might get mad about it. Not that I'm concerned with them, but I just want to be fair as to what I'm putting in the title. That's what I'm giving. So being that I be giving, and I say it all the time. This is Life with Tashanna over here. They call me Shauna. I be all over the place. I'm here to tell you. I be all over the place. You can see this happy smile one day. On another day, I'm letting my emotions out, which I've never ever done before. But some days I'm really sad and some days I'm really happy. And I'm going to be thankful for all of them, because hopefully if I come on here and I can show it to somebody, maybe there's somebody who has something for me to encourage me through what it is that I'm going through. And that's exactly what I have been getting. And I feel like there has been people that's been strategically placed around me, that is, I'm seeing the evidence of the things that I'm looking for or I'm asking for in my life. I can already see it without saying one thing to these said people. So, you know, I know. So, but I hope your tears are happy tears. But I'm finna show y'all um my strawberries. If I can get, well, that's my celery right there that I'm showing right now. I only have one stalk of it, and we don't eat. I got my granddaughter eat celery. Um, she actually loves celery, and the only thing I do with it is I cook with it, and I don't really eat it like that. But um, and as long as I have something to cook the dishes that I cook with, and it smells so good. I mean, the smell of it is like it drowns out everything that's around me right now. I don't smell anything except for celery, point blank, period. Now I'm going to show you that this, my strawberry plant, look at all, you see all these blooms on here right now, all these strawberries on here right now. I mean, they really grow. Look at all of the strawberries that's there. I got strawberries in here everywhere. And these are not the only strawberries. I actually up took these from out of one thing and put them in another one because I wanted them to. Sorry y'all, I ain't mean to knock y'all down on the ground. Now y'all forgive me. I wanted to make sure that they have enough space to grow and expand without them running into each other. So this here is something new that connected from this plant. Wait, this one plant that I put in here, it has now stretched from over there. It's made this plant right here. This one here is a new plant. Nothing was in this pot except for this bunch right here. Now you got one right here also. You got one sitting right here. That's a new plant. So they keep spreading themselves out. And I started these strawberries from a seed. They came from a seed, and I'll tell you how I did that. And while I'm talking to y'all, I'm working two at the same time. I might as well kill two birds with one stone. I'm pulling the weeds from out of there. Uh, what I said. So what I did was I bought strawberries from the grocery store, and I took those strawberry. I took two of the strawberries and I peeled them like you would peel an orange. And I took the I took the peeling and I laid it down onto a paper towel. And not the I put it on the paper towel with the seed side facing up. So what then will happen is the paper towel will absorb all of the moisture from out of the strawberry itself, and it will dry hard onto that paper towel. And then after it completely dries, you will have a hard, like dehydrated strawberry stuck to the paper napkin. You then just take over like a paper plate or another napkin or whatever, and you rub across those seeds that are now stuck to that paper, and they will roll off. Very nice. I put some soil in a clear bowl, and I just sprinkled those seeds on top, covered that bowl with saran wrap, and I'm sure one day I'll do a video showing how this process is done. I covered it with saran wrap, put a little bit of water across the top of it. No ventilation, no nothing. I secured the saran wrap very tightly on top, kept checking it. And when I say I kept checking it, now, those of y'all who trying to grow a strawberry, if you've been trying to grow it for only 3 weeks and you ain't seen no evidence of a strawberry, you ain't waited long enough. Because I'm telling you, I have short patience too. My patience is short when it come down to stuff. If it took that long for something to come up, I would think it ain't coming up either. I'm here to tell you, I waited almost 8 weeks before any of those strawberries showed up. But when they showed up and they showed out. And I haven't planted another strawberry since those one set of strawberries came up. And now I have 4 pots that are now with strawberry. Much God bless you too. I have 4 pots that have strawberries in it that I just kind of wait until I get more big pots or whatever, and then I will add them to another big pot like this, which stretches them out forever and a day. I don't need that many more. You can see in this other pot I have another big plant. It also has lots of strawberries on it. The fertilizer that I use for them is why you will see somebody saying, "Hey, chicken poo." I'm very well known for the fertilizers that I use here on everything that I grow is produced from my chickens. I use chicken poop and chicken poop only to fertilize everything that I grow. Now, am I going to be able to do that forever? I don't know. But it's been working for me so far. You see the fruit. You see how my yard is on and popping. So I haven't been doing anything extra. That's what I use. So now I showed y'all my strawberries, and I done cleaned up a little bit around them. We gonna take some more of a tour. Oh, I got one more mango tree that I can show y'all. Just one more. It ain't that big or anything, but look at there. More. More mangoes. More mangoes. I'll take y'all over here and let's see. Um, Here in this bed, I got more lettuce that I've planted. More lettuce growing. I got beans, a couple of beans and stuff up there growing. Some spinach, that I've been experimenting with. Lettuce, more lettuce, more lettuce, more lettuce, more beans. And then this is a garden bed that I haven't completely finished it yet. We'll get to it. We'll get to it one of these days. But we gonna walk back here. So Dollar Tree for pots to sell seeds to. Hold on just 1 second. Y'all give me a minute and I'll be right back. Let me go and grab something. Okay, sorry y'all. I left y'all for so long. You know, when you go back and you go to doing what you're doing, and you got kids and stuff, everybody got something they need. I'm trying to get back to my people. Okay, now let me see how many times it's gonna go out. Let me show y'all just from here what we looking at. This is our big garden that we just starting out not long ago. It's our new garden where we got. Let me see, can I remember what all been planted here? We got sunflower seeds. Um, ooh, let me think now. We got sunflower seeds, black eyed peas, broccoli, and cabbage. Now, if I got that wrong, cause I don't be labeling no stuff. But that's what that's what I remember that we got going in this area so far. Then we got this area over here. This is our squash and zucchini section that we got growing over here. Um, on this aisle right here, okra growing here on aisle 9. They're little right now, and some I put seed in the ground, so you won't see a whole bunch of them. There's a little one that's trying to come through right now, but after a while, you'll be able to see everything that's going on over here. Here is our um what you call this area over here? The cucumber area. This our cucumber section right here. And we got more okra growing on this aisle right here. And then on this aisle here is our tomato section. All of our tomatoes are grown here. They're in all different stages of life. Very new, very new. And that one right there is something that started coming up around my pig pen. So my husband dug it up yesterday and bought it to me and said, add it to the collection. And here say that they love tomatoes. So here we are in another section with tomatoes in it that we got here. And then we got one more section with tomatoes in it. And eventually I do cover everything that I have growing here. I cover the ground with mulch, but right now we waiting on us to get another load. Hey Aisha. Um, Wait a minute. You have snakes in your garden? Girl, not the real ones today. You have some real ones every now and then, you have to step over them and keep on going. Keep them grapes on the fence. I'm running. uh, Here's some more citrus trees that I planted from seed. I don't know what they're gonna be, but as long as they grow food, I'm okay with them growing there. I don't know what they're gonna be. We'll all find out one day. Soursop tree. I'm learning more and more about the soursop tree, and we'll go from there. This one I lost the name off of it. I don't know what this is. This is some kind of citrus tree, but it is. I don't know where the label of it is, but this is. It's a true plant, but I just don't know what the name of it is because I told y'all I don't be labeling stuff. So we'll find out what it is when it gets some fruit on it. Thank you, Priscilla. How are you today? Thank you for joining. And then back here in the area, I told y'all that I'm creating another area where I'm going to have um, I'm going to create another pineapple garden, and I'm gonna just kind of show y'all from up this way so you can kind of see what it is that I'm about to do. I don't know if you can see the pineapple growing straight back, but this area right here, we gonna create it until like it's our roundabout where you can drive to the back of our yard and go around and around about, and then you can go back out without having to back up and all that stuff. Who got you into garden? I think it really is. I think it was my dad. I seen my dad and my grandma out in the yard a lot of times gardening together. Back then, he used to shoo us away all the time, so we really wasn't allowed to be in the garden. But it's like one day I got myself into a position and started playing around and growing stuff, and then my kids got involved in it, and then we just started growing stuff together, and that's what I've been doing ever since. So, um, a little sprinkle of this, a little sprinkle of that. That's all I know, Aisha. um, but I know I definitely feel connected to it, and I absolutely did fall in love with it. So, but this is the new area what I was telling you all about. Um, that's my chicken poop inside of that bin right there. I always keep a supply of it everywhere I go just in case something needs it. And these are all of my new pineapples that I'm having put down. I need to clean from around them and everything. But you see, and this is something else that I'll say to you all. Every pineapple that I have out here, I have this came from my grocery. Whether it's a pineapple that I grew my own self, I never take the pineapple and take the top off of it and don't reuse it. I always take, hey, Silky Black, I always take that pineapple and I make another pineapple plant with it. I never throw them away. So I recycle everything that I can if I can. And let me tell you, when I first started out, it was nothing fancy. We took some cinder blocks and we built the cinder blocks up three stacks high, and put some dirt and stuff on the inside of it. And we called it a dump garden. And let me just explain to you what we, for ourselves, called a dump garden. The dump garden was anything that we throwing away that got seeds in it and has the potential to be able to grow. We always took that stuff and we threw it into that garden. Well, that garden then began to turn into summer. Everything was growing in there. We had cantaloupe, watermelon, cucumbers, squash. We had everything growing inside what we call the dump garden. And it absolutely worked. So we started to take things from out of that and plant it out different places or whatever. It doesn't take a whole lot to grow something. Just grow something and let it add to your life by you growing along with what it is that you're growing. Just grow. Point blank, period. You can't go wrong with trying to teach yourself to grow and do something different, especially that's beneficial for your life. So I just encourage you to grow something. If you have to start out in the windowsill, and I tell you, the encouragement you need is just seeing that thing start to grow. And then if you start to see something going wrong with your plant, there all you gotta do is get on YouTube and type in what you see the problem is that your plant suffering from, and YouTube will have an answer for you just to show. But grow something. And for those of you who don't know, there are going to be shortages again. I'm just going to speculate probably in about the next month or so. Um, you're going to start experiencing those limitations on how much you can get in certain places in the grocery store and everything because of this war that's going on. There's different ships and stuff that's locked up out there in the waters that they ain't able to get across to us and provide us with those things that we've been so easily going to the store and getting and all of that stuff. So I encourage you to create a different way to be able to feed your family because I don't know if any of y'all ever walked inside of that grocery store and you real confident with your debit card or your food stamp card and everything, and when you walk in there they tell you we ain't accepting nothing but cash today. So what if on that day when you walk in the store you absolutely ain't got nothing in your house to eat? You don't put all of your eggs in one basket depending on the grocery store to feed you, and they ain't even accepting no card or no nothing. And everything else down, you can't go nowhere and get the money to be able to get back to the store to be able to get it. Don't you be that person in that place. You don't have to already be done started. Take the information from today and start from there. We all got to start from someplace. When you in the garden, be sure to pray. I think God is going to comfort / talk to you in your place of comfort. I wish you nothing but love, peace, and happiness. Aisha, I really and truly thank you for that. And that's exactly what I get is peace and understanding when I'm out here in my garden. And it's one of the reasons why when I'm out here, I'm very selfish with my time when I'm out here. I bring you all out here. And it's fun actually to bring y'all out here with me because sometimes I do want somebody to talk to, you know, in the daytime sometimes. But a lot of the times I just like to be out here in the peace. And I'm telling you, I can be out here for 12 hours all by myself. Don't talk to a single person all day long. And I'm good. I'm very good. But I thank you for thinking of me in those ways. But here it is. I will show y'all. They not the best of the best right now, but I can also show y'all. I got 3 other banana trees. Not all banana trees. I got one. This is a plantain. This is a banana tree, and this is an ice cream. What they call an ice cream banana tree. You see, I got 2 of those there. So that, and then I'll show y'all something else. Y'all see that little hole right there? Y'all know what's inside of that hole? Yes, I'm selfish in garden mode sometimes because I just love being out here in the peace. I don't have to talk. I'm not talking to anybody, but I'm definitely using it as time to have my alone time with God. That's what that's what I do. But anybody can guess what's in that hole right there that I just showed y'all. While I'm walk y'all back here and show y'all my other friend that supposed to be our he supposed to be one of our meals. But I told my husband that no, he got a name, so ain't nobody gonna mess with him. He a pet. You hear him calling me, he talking to me right now. No, that's not a rabbit hole. That is actually a gopher turtle hole. And we have about 2 or 3 of them that be roaming around here. Y'all want to see my friend Oreo? Hey V, how you doing today? Thank you for joining. This is my this is my baby Oreo. He ain't no baby, but he's a big guy. Tell the people hello, Oreo. Tell them hi. Hello. Mm-mm. Y'all hear him talking to y'all. Don't lick my phone. Don't lick my phone. he ready to lift. He ready to lick the phone. But yeah, that's my baby Oreo right there. He was when we moved out here. He was the first pig. I say pig. He is a hog, but he he was the first pig that we got out here, and we have recently sold. I think 8. We sold 8 pigs. So, um, my husband said he gonna get rid of him, but he's one that I told him, The rest of them we ain't giving no name to, but Oreo ain't going nowhere. He's straight for life. So That's one other thing. But yeah, in that hole, that's not a rabbit. It's gopher turtles. They've been living here ever since we bought this property, and they roam freely back here. They usually don't bother with any of my stuff or you know anything like that. But y'all, this has been my garden tour. I don't know if anybody has any questions or anything about you know what they saw today, or any questions about something that they need to do or whatever, or trying to do in their garden. But the more and more as I grow, the more and more that I'll come on here and share with you all um, my growth. And hopefully we can all share with each other um, all of our growth, whether it's in the garden, whether it's in life, whatever. We about growing over here, which is, again, we are called the high class gardeners over here, which just means we grow food continuously. We try and make sure we have some growing at a time. Also, let me give this other pointer. If you are one and you really don't know how to grow anything, I'm going to tell you like this: go to the store and get you a sweet potato. And if you got somewhere out there in your yard, even if it's the area where you got a sidewalk going around, and I know you got some dirt and some grass somewhere growing in your yard, go get you a sweet potato from out of the grocery store and take that sweet potato and stick it in the ground. Don't worry about it from that point. I put money on anything that, give it a minute, you will start to see the vines come up from that sweet potato. And it don't matter how many times you pull those vines and those sweet potatoes up from there, you will never have another time in life that you won't be growing sweet potatoes in that one spot again. Because sweet potatoes don't go away just like that. But I'll tell you the time that those vines might be annoying to you, but that very day that you able to walk out there and you ain't got nothing else in your life that you could depend on, you'll be able to depend on those sweet potatoes that's down in that ground. So I don't know who that's for, but I'm telling you, the next time, it's well worth it. Walk in the store when you get in your other groceries, buy you one sweet potato and put it in the ground and walk away from it. I'm telling you, don't do anything. If you lazy and you don't want to do any of that gardening stuff or no nothing, put the sweet potato in the ground and walk away from it. You ain't got to water it. You ain't got to do nothing to it. Let God take care of it. Let God take care of that sweet potato. And I'm telling you, you'll be thanking him for them sweet potatoes later when you really, really need them. So I just want to encourage everyone to continue to grow. Because ain't that's what we here for? To grow. If the potatoes is growing from are small, when the ones grow small also. If the pet What's your favorite flower to grow? Um let me go back up to V's question. Um, Sugar Black. Let me. Okay, to V's question. What type of mangoes do you have? V. I always tell everybody, if you talking about labeling and all of that stuff, I'm not your girl. I don't even know. It's only one, that one mango tree that I showed you up there before, that had the it's got an extreme amount of blooms on it. That look like it's gonna tear the tree up if all those mangoes actually grow on there. That one is the only one that I have labeled, and it's called a yellow mango tree. That's what it's on there. There's one other one up there, and they call them turpentine mangoes. They are mangoes that don't grow really big. I don't have all the same mangoes. Every mango tree, I got three mango trees that are the same because I air layered them. Yes, I've tried air layering before. I've air layered two pieces off of my huge mango tree, but I don't know the names of any of them. I don't know the names of them. Maybe when they all come out there, maybe we can all look at them together, and maybe you can help me in that area. But V, I showed my soursop tree in this video too today. Because you're the one that was telling me about the pluses to having that soursop tree. So I've cleaned from around it and everything, give it some fertilizer on yesterday and everything. But I'm still learning about a lot of the stuff. The soursop tree is not a tree that I bought. I have people that are gracious enough to go out and buy trees and stuff for me. And when I'm telling you, these trees are very, very expensive, and I almost get anxiety when people buy those things for me because I don't want them to spend their money on these things and then I fail at growing again. So I'm like, I always leave them with the notions like, wait a minute, are you gonna be mad at me if this don't work? If I fail at growing this thing? No, 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 it ain't like that. If it do grow and it do prosper, all I want you to do is, air layer me a piece off of it later on down the line. I can roll with that, but I can't promise you anything. You say you left a message under another video of yours. Okay, I'll definitely will see it when I get off of here. What's your favorite flower to grow? Roses used to be my favorite flowers to grow. Now I'm 0% interested in growing any flowers for real. Unless I find out, I start digging more into, and right now I'm really not interested. Will I take the information and will I try and learn something from it? Absolutely, I will. But I think I'm kind of falling into the area where I'm wanting to know more about medicinal. And every time I try to say this word, I always about mess it up. So I ain't even trying to be fancy with it or whatever. But I'm sure y'all know what I'm a person that will catch anxiety trying to learn about new things. So I want to be more considerate of myself and not trying to be so fast with trying to get into all of those things. I think I just want to let it flow. When I get to that point, I get to it. But I'm not against um, learning about all these new things or whatever. And if I can find somebody who I can go back and forth to every now and then to find out about these things, that's exactly what I'm going to do. um, Yes, it could, like I talked about the strawberries a little bit in here. I look for your message and I didn't get to see it. Where are you from? I'm in Florida, West Click. The potatoes I got are little. When I replant, we get russet when they grow multiple different sizes of potatoes. You're not going to get one side of potatoes. Actually, you can go to one of my shorts and you can look at that of us harvesting potatoes. Some of the potatoes I plant are very kind of red potato or a yellow potato or something like that. They always gonna come in multiple sizes. That's with every potato, even with the russet potatoes that I planted. When you plant those, some of them you get some really big ones, and some of them you get some real small ones. I mean, you you ain't gonna never know, and plus it got a lot to do with the nutrients that's in your soil and everything. So, and I really don't want to say a whole lot to you to discourage you from trying to do it or whatever. Put them in the pot and let them grow, and let's see what you're gonna get and share it with all of us. I'm gonna be excited for you one way or the other, even if you create. So shoot, you seen I showed on here. I've got like 8 little old bitty potatoes that was like it was more than enough little potatoes in that one little thing for me to be able to make him some stewed beef with it. As long as it's something that you can eat, don't let it matter to you how big or small. Either either way it's gonna grow, but you should get multiple sizes of, you know, whatever potato you plant. We can look at it. I was actually home to visit my mom, and she has so many trees around her house, and also she got bay leaves. I ain't never thought of even growing a bay leaf. Never even thought about it. That might be some research that I need to today. That's nice. She got a bay leaf tree. I cook with bay leaves a lot. I understand. I feel the same about wanting to go to the medicinal, Spiritual. Every time I get to that word, on for the life of me, I can't say that word. Medicinal. I think I said that right. Medicinal route, and I start with chamomile. And I actually had somebody tell me when the next time I some more of it grow here in my yard. Somebody told me that this certain thing has a medicinal property to it too. But I can't tell you what it's called or whatever. I just have to show it to you later on, when I'm going back around my garden and whatever, and then I can show it to you. But it's been showed to me several times. You should not get rid of that. It's actually good for a whole bunch of different things. But right now I'm ignorant to all of that. And not saying that I won't ever learn. I still get rid of that stuff just like it's weeds or whatever and get rid of it. And I just pray to God give me grace that when I finally find out what it is, that I still have plenty more of it still growing growing around here when I get to it. But I try not to overwhelm myself because that's absolutely what I would do. And I'm trying to stray away from overwhelming myself with anything in life. Um, do you have lemongrass and as well as the broadleaf thyme? The broadleaf thyme is what me and you was talking about the last time that we was on here. I don't have any of that stuff. If I do got it, guess what? I don't know that I have it. So a lot of things, like I be saying, like I would have never thought about the soursop tree until you asked about it. I know that I have that thing here. I have some other kind of I think they call them it's like a little, it's an orange that's like this little, but you can eat the peelings and all of that stuff on it too. Um I think it's, is it a kumquat? I think that's what it is. We have those here too. We got so many different things, but yeah, no, I don't think I have lemongrass, but then again, and I think the person that lived here before we bought this property, they had a nursery. They had a nursery here. So a lot of times, oh my goodness, a lot of times we get a lot of stuff and find a lot of stuff out here that we absolutely did not plant, but it's here. And I ain't complaining about any of it. I'm actually happy. I wish I could send you some plants. One of these days I'm going to do me a PO box, cuz God knows that I've been a lot carefree about, and it ain't like in a lot of my other videos and stuff, I be very carefree. So I think my address is probably all over the place, but it still doesn't mean that I should continue on doing things the way that I do them, especially now that I'm thinking about it. But I will eventually go and create me a PO box. And where we'll be able to do that. And I would even love to that one day, because I know I'm about to have an abundance of mangoes. And prior to those coming to full growth, I would actually love to do something like little raffles and everything, and to send some people some of the things that I grow here on my property and everything, so just share some of the blessings that God has given to me. So um but it'll all come together. I have be having seeds and all of that kind of stuff, so I like to share with people. So we gonna create that space one of these days. Um, and I would absolutely love to have some of those other plants that I ain't never tried before. What are you eating today? Give me an idea. I got hamburgers defrosted. We had hamburger last night, but let me tell you, Yvette, I made a video on here the other day of making a shepherd's pie. It's in my shorts. Shepherd's pie with ground beef. That sounds good. But today for dinner, actually, after I get off of this live, I'm about to have my husband crank up this grill because I got some pork chops that's sitting in some that no, I didn't sit them, they not yet, but I'm going to go in here and soak them in some vinegar and water, season them up, and put some onions and bell peppers fresh from out the garden on top of them. And I'm gonna throw them on the grill, and then I'm going to make some cabbage, some rice, and some cornbread. And probably since I'm telling y'all about what the meal is going to be for the day, I might come on here and, boast a little bit and show some pictures about what I made for dinner today. So, you know, um, but I think with this video today, this makes me have been online today for about a good 4, almost 5 hours today. So I'm going to go and try and get my meal on and going. And more than likely, tomorrow is Monday when my kids get off to school and I get my grandbabies breakfast in the morning and everything. I will be back out here with y'all in the morning, even if I don't say a whole bunch of anything. But even if it's just to come out here with me to water the garden in the morning, maybe somebody got some questions or something that they want to talk about. I don't mind talking. I am a talker, but sometimes when I'm on here talking to this screen, I feel like I just be babbling on and nobody don't understand nothing I'm talking about. But I still be on here talking. I ain't have pork in a minute. And you know what? We try not to venture too far out. That's why we don't really slaughter our own. I think the slaughtering of our own hogs and stuff. I can tell you, I've given almost all of them away more than I have sold the meat that comes from them. Um, and my husband just always say, as long as I get back the money that we put into them and what we had to pay in slaughter and everything. And I've made sure of that, but I haven't made. I definitely could have done it in a way that we've made a profit, but that's something that I haven't done. I've never done it in a way. Listen, somebody bought I don't know what you call them, but like the rump. I think you call it a rump roast. The roast that's on the pig. I sold two of them to somebody from a 600-pound pig that we had, and I sold each one to them for $35. And when he gave them to me, this is somebody who's known me for a while, a girl that I was going to get my hair done. He was in the booth next to her, and I would talk to him every time when we went there or whatever. And when he found out that I had pigs or whatever, and I was eventually going to sell them, he was like, "Wait a minute, girl, when you getting ready to sell them, then make sure you call me." And I was like, okay then. And when he came and he bought them from me, he paid me the price that I asked for him. And when he paid for him, he was like, "Listen," he's like, "I don't want you to hit me over my head or know nothing right now." He said, "But I had to come back and I got to ask you a question." He said, "What are you thinking selling somebody a rump roast for $35? Why are you doing that?" He said, "Now I don't want you to change the price on me and tell me I owe you some money because, see, I done paid you. Now I got my meat in the car and I'm about to go." He say, "Why are you doing that?" I say, "Oh, why did you say that?" Because even when I go in the grocery stores and stuff, uh, most pork that we do, it's either a pork chop or it's ribs. And my family lucky if we do one or the other one time out the month. I just don't. I don't really do pork. We don't really do pork like that. When he ended up telling me how much those rump roasts run in the store, that $35 should have had a one on the front of just one of those roasts for the size and the pound that they were. And I just told him, he didn't really change my mind, but he did open up my eyes. And I was fine as long as my husband didn't have a problem with it. But I told my husband, what the guy said, and I actually went into the grocery store, and I can see for my own self that yes, he is getting a steal by coming to get it. But he didn't bust me over my head. It was the price that I gave to him. So, I just look at it as I gave him a blessing. Wow, so you're a farmer. Yeah, I call myself that. And I'm definitely striving to get to that place. I love growing stuff. I love seeing the stuff grow. I am absolutely happy coming out here and seeing stuff grow. I'm absolutely happy about it. He could have offered you some extra cash, and you absolutely right, V. He absolutely could have, but I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna go back on it. And what I take from it, I'm gonna take it and do exactly what I said. I'm gonna grow from what he taught me. I'm gonna grow from that, and so, you know, I know better next time. I want to give people a good deal, but I also don't want to rob myself at the same time. So, um, absolutely. Thank you for saying that, LMY. Exactly. You'll get it back tenfold. And do you see what my yard look like right now? Honey, that's my tenfold right there because I'm so happy about what I see happening in my yard right now. I feel like the fruit of my labor is paying me back. And so one of these days, my hope is that the fruits of my labor here, some of y'all will benefit the fruits of my labor because I absolutely want you all to taste some of the fruits of my labor here on this property. So, and just as well as this property has been a blessing to me, I even talked a little bit about this property the other day. That and listen, I don't even know why I'm going back to this right here, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it because I just said that I'm about to get off of here. If you are a person that you're wanting a piece of property and you ain't quite there yet, stop thinking that you have to have a pocket full of money. When you go into the altar and you're praying about what it is that you want, because I'm here to tell you, we're not rich over here. We moved from 1 acre of land that my husband done had ever since he was young back in the days. We sold that piece of property and we bought this piece of property. And I couldn't even understand what my husband was doing because I was like, there is no money. But I let him, I stepped back and just watched how he moved and did what he did. My husband went out and found this property. I'm on 2 acres of land, 2 acres. I have a very small house. And I said this in another video the other day. I have 2 acres of land here in Florida, a small house. And this house cost us under $50,000. I didn't say $500,000. I said $50,000. Absolutely, I am rich, Yvette. But I'm saying, in this world's sense, if you ain't got a whole lot of money, you ain't rich. Nobody don't need to tell me when it come down to this land, this property. I'm rich in every single way, every way. But I'm here to tell you, if that's what you desire, do not, do not look and keep saying you praying and asking God for something, but then you worrying about what you have in your pocket. It ain't about that. Because I'm telling you, for us to close on this property, see, I don't even know if I should be sharing with y'all all that I'm sharing, but it is my testimony. It is the truth. We came out $1,000. 1,000. And let me tell you something. You may thinking you supposed to be looking for brand new this and have everything that you've been looking for. But no, everything is about growth. God may be trying to give you something in because you don't like the way it look and this, that, and the other. You don't want that. See, when we bought this, there was some work that needed to be done on it. We got it and we owned this property for 8 years before we moved here. We came here and visited a lot. We came here and did a lot of work. We did work for 8 years. They say the number 8 represents New beginnings. If I got that right, 7 is complete, 8 is a new beginning. For 8 years, we held on to this property and just kept coming out, doing work to it, doing work to it until we eventually got it to where we were. And on the 8th year, we moved in it. And I seen Silky Black ask, how did we do it? How we did it was I had my prayers going, my husband had his prayers going. He the one went out and he was at work one day and he seen this land, he seen this property out here. And actually, when he came here to visit, one of the neighbors came out and she was actually saying, I really hope you buy this piece of property or whatever. And that's exactly what he did. I came and my husband brought me out here to see it and everything, and it went from there. The reason why I went into, you may go and look at something and it may not be all that you think it should be. But if you're willing to get there and get in and do the work, it ain't about what it looked like at the time. It's about what you're willing to put into it to get out of it what it is that you want. So this house was foreclosed on, and guess what? It was also brand new, but it was 85% done, and it also did not have a septic system put into it yet. So yes, we put in about $20,000 worth of work before we moved in. But even with that, if we paid $50,000 for it, and we put $20,000 worth of work into it, that's $70,000. Today, my property is worth almost $300,000. So am I winning or am I losing? Start down to the bottom. Go into a house and you can see the raggediest house. Close your eyes and see what you can see then. Don't pay attention to what you got in front of you right now. If it's for you, ain't nobody can stop you from getting what is for you. What else I need to say about that right there? I don't know. But for the past couple of days, I've been feeling like giving that testimony away to somebody. And I believe there's somebody sitting under the sound of my voice that is looking to make that next leap of faith in life. Stop going by what you're saying. I hope ain't nobody sensitive to gunfire because my neighbors are out and they're shooting right now. You go hear everything. So that's how it is out here in the country. So, but I just want to encourage you in that place. Don't be scared to grow. Don't be scared to grow, and don't think that you got to be rich or you got to have everything in the world. Put it on the altar and leave it there. God is in the business of answering prayers. um, building building up to get what you want out of it. Absolutely. When you put your work in and make you enjoy it all. And let me tell you something else that happened to me too. I remember I said we put $20,000 worth of floors in here. A lot of it, a big chunk of it was doing the because there was sub flooring in this house when we first got it. We got all the floors done. Um, nice, nice tile floors. But honey, we had a storm a hurricane that came through, and because our house is a Jim Walton house, which means it's up off of the ground, and there's a wind space that's under. Wind got up under there and popped up the floors inside of our house, and so now the floors inside of our house is cracked right now. I ain't worrying about that because I know if God gave it to us, He got a solution for that too. And so I'm looking very soon for my floors to be redone again. And I absolutely love those floors, but I also have an opportunity that if I like what I had before, is there something else? Yes, those are the I just said that my neighbors are shooting right now, and which is something that happens out here on the regular. Everybody always shooting, and it's contagious. Once one person start doing it, then everybody come outside and want to practice together. So, we out here in agriculture, we in country, in the country land where everybody got their own property and it's totally legal out here where we are. You can shoot out here in agriculture at any time. But this is my opportunity now that my floors are messed up the way that they are. I can pick and choose whatever it is that I want to. So now I get the opportunity to redo my floors in another way just in case I don't like that way. So I'm in the midst of deciding what it is that I want to do. But I'm here to tell you whatever your desires are, throw them on the altar um, and grow with them. Grow with them. Just grow, grow, grow. That's all I'm gonna keep on talking about over here. So, but again, I'm gonna say before I be done found something else that I'm gonna talk y'all ear off about. I really appreciate y'all for being here, keeping the conversation going, giving me somebody to talk to today, and I just point blank period. I just love the growth that I've had today. There's some other things that happen on here today. I'm pleased with myself. It doesn't matter how anybody else feels about the way that I handle things. I can see the growth in myself because I knew there was things that would usually trigger me and have me all over the place. I can see the growth in myself about the way that I handle things. Don't mean that I'm always be perfect, but honey, I seen the growth in me for today. And that's all I'm worried about is today. And I ain't too much worried about that. I don't mind it. That sounds like a 12 gauge. I'm looking forward to planting this spring. Thank you very much. And Miss Yvette, I hope you make us a part of the experience and showing us what it is that you're growing. Even if you just tag me in it and send a picture over here, you join my panel or something one day and show us what you're growing over there. But much luck and love to all of you all who trying to grow some food. I can't encourage you more than enough to grow. And as your stuff grows outside, you grow along with it. Put yourself in that plant's position and create some fruit out here. All right, y'all. I'm going to sign off now. This has been a life with Tashanna. Where over here, we are the high class gardeners, and that just means we don't play around with no snakes, no worms, and no bugs. And guess what else? We don't spray that funny stuff on our food and everything. Everything we grow over here is organic. Sometimes the bugs take over and do their things or whatever, but I just let them do their own thing. Them God little creatures or whatever. And so I can share with them from time to time, but I can't encourage you enough to keep growing in life and in real life. So until next time, high class gardeners, y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Talk to y'all later.